Hey guys, so I am trying to film more meals this week. I know it's been a while. I haven't been really filming dinners or lunches or anything, but it is Sunday afternoon. We vlogged a little bit this weekend, a tiny bit, so I'll probably just put a very short little weekend vlog up for you guys to look at. But it is lunchtime on Saturday, and we're just having some leftovers. We actually made this on Friday night. It's just skirt and flank steak. The kids shared a skirt steak. My husband and I ate flank steak on Friday, and I just marinated it with Worcestershire sauce, hot sauce, lemon juice, soy sauce, garlic, salt, and some Ono seasoning, which I'll show you guys what that is in a second. And then it's just the little mini potatoes that you guys have probably seen in my grocery hauls, and they just have like some garlic powder on them, olive oil. I just heated it up in a pan, and we're gonna have this for lunch on Saturday. All right, so it is Sunday night, and for dinner tonight, we are having leftovers. These are the boys' plates. So they're having leftover London broil with leftover smoked corn and leftover mac and cheese. It looks kind of dark because we I added a little milk to it to like make it creamier. And then I turned the crock pot on low, and I forgot that the crock pot was actually on and not just like on warm. So got a little cooked, a little extra cooked, but that's all right. That's fine. So that's what they're having, and I'm gonna have my vitamins over here. I have my vitamins, and then in like 40 minutes I'll have my dinner, which I'll show you guys. All right, kids are eating their dinner, and I'm getting Larry's lunch for tomorrow packed up. Yep, go finish your dinner, and then I'm gonna get some stuff prepped for the week. So I'll film this while I'm cutting this, but I'll speed it up. But that's what I'm doing in case you start to wonder. Those are Mommy's pepperoni rolls. I gotta put them in a smaller container. These, by the way, you guys, are the, go eat your dinner. These are the How Jen Does It recipe pepperoni rolls. We love them in this house. Okay, so I'm actually gonna cut up some of our fruit and some of our leftover fruit from the weekend. I'm just gonna make some fruit salad, and I'm just gonna divide it up into these containers. That way I can stick them in my husband's lunch over the week, and then I could grab them and eat them right out of the container for lunch as well. So I've got like 4 strawberries left over from a friend of mine brought these on Saturday. I've got some mangoes. She brought those as well over to me. So I'm gonna cut those up. And then I've got some blueberries here that I wanna use up, some cantaloupe and some pineapple. So I'm gonna make some fruit salad. I'll make a couple of them a little bit more heavy on the cantaloupe for my husband because that's his favorite. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna get started. So I've got 8 fruit salads here. Some of them do not have strawberries, and some of them I made a little bit heavier on the cantaloupe for my husband. So got this done, and now I'll probably go ahead and make myself dinner. Alright, so here is my dinner tonight. I probably won't eat all of this, but I want to make it visually pleasing. So, got 2 leftover ribs from last night, a soft-boiled egg, crackers, some baguette with goat cheese on it. This is fig, and then this one is cranberry and cinnamon. The cranberry and cinnamon one is very good. Manchego cheese, sharp cheddar, steakhouse onion, some Gouda, which is really, you kind of have to, it's kind of acquired, I think, and I don't know, you have to give it a try, and definitely try it with fruit or with wine. It's best that way. Some pepperoni and some salami. So, and then I've got my drink right there, and then some Omegaplex that I'm going to take. All right, it is Monday night, and for dinner tonight, we are still making leftovers sort of work. So these are the boys' plates here. They've got ribs. I just cut the meat off for them. Some like French baguette bread, cheddar cheese, steakhouse onion, and then a little salad. Both of them have that. And then my husband and I just have ribs, not cut off the bone, some bread, some cheese, and a side salad. So this is dinner on Monday night, and the dressing we used was this one. And I am also going to have my Omegaplex and some carbies because I am having the bread. And there's carbs in the sauce. No, carbies. So this is dinner on Monday night. Alright, it is Tuesday night. For dinner tonight, we are having salmon, zucchini, and brown rice. So these are the boys' plates here. They just have a little bit. And then here's Larry and I's plates. I just have hot sauce and a little bit of soy sauce on my rice because that's what I wanted. So this is dinner on Tuesday night. Alright, so really quick, what I'm eating for dinner tonight is bratwurst. And I'm just going to have it with the Alexia brand. They're like natural, or they're like, I don't know, I guess good for you. Better for you than the other kind of onion rings out there. Onion rings, those are for my kids, but that's what I'm gonna have for dinner. I should have a vegetable tonight, but it's just one of those lazy dinner nights, so keeping it simple. Alright, it is Wednesday night, and for dinner tonight we are having some bratwurst. My husband's gonna have his in a hot dog bun. I think I'm just gonna have mine and just cut it up with a little bit of like A1 sauce or something. I don't know. The kids will just have it probably cut up. And then the kids are going to have some of those smiley face things there. Those are organic. I found them at Target, I want to say. And then those are the Alexia brand onion rings, and those are for me. Those look so good. So that's for the adults, that's for the kids. And we don't have a vegetable tonight, which seems kind of bad, but it's, you know, we're being lazy. And then I have Chick-fil-A sauce and Polynesian sauce for the onion rings. Big thank you to Kaylee for sending me these. Alright guys, really quick video. I want to show you a quick chili recipe. Now this originally came from my great-granddad, and I have changed it over the years, and I'll tell you straight off the bat, I'm using a crock pot, and they never used a crock pot. My great-grandmother and great-grandfather didn't use a crock pot. They used a big stock pot on the stove. They also would start by putting 2 beef short ribs in the bottom of the stock pot, and I guess it gave it really good flavor, like from the bone of the rib. I'm not doing that because I would literally have to go buy just beef short ribs specifically for this, so I don't do that. But in here I have 1.5 small Vidalia onions, some minced garlic. Fresh is the best, but this is a jar of it. It's just as good, I think, my personal opinion. You're gonna do tomato juice. I use a can, and my great-grandparents' recipe also was canned juice. Now, my great-grandmother canned her own tomatoes and jarred her own tomatoes. I'm using a can of diced tomatoes. Crushed tomatoes are also really good in this recipe. So those go. You could also get the tomatoes that have seasoning. I just get plain. And then you're going to need a can of kidney beans with the juice. That starch is good for helping it thicken up. And then you could honestly do whatever beans you like in here. You could make it really heavy with all different kinds of beans. I don't have any black beans at the moment, but I do have some pinto beans. So I've got kidney beans in there already. So I'm going to do some, if I can get the can open, some pinto beans. do at least 1 can of each, but if I have extra, I always go for it because it just makes it a little bit of a bigger, I mean, you know, it makes it go a little farther. It makes the chili stretch. Okay. So there's that. Now, because I'm doing it in the crock pot, I've already browned my meat just because I'm weird. I feel weird putting raw ground beef in a crock pot. So I brown it first and it works out good. So this is, you could actually use bison meat, which is really, really lean. Or turkey, ground turkey too will work. Or just really lean ground beef is great as well. Just all of those I would brown before putting them in the crock pot if you're going to do them this way. Okay, so that's all in there. So let's go with the rest of the liquid. You're going to add Worcestershire sauce to this. I just, you know, eyeball however much I feel I want to go in there. And then I like to use a little Texas Pete. The original recipe my great-grandfather used, or passed down, I guess you would say. He used Tabasco. Tabasco's a little too spicy for my flavor. I like Texas Pete myself. So I add Texas Pete. And then we're going to do our dry ingredients. So big pinch of salt going in. Got some garlic powder. Probably a touch more than you should need. Then we're going to do pure ground black pepper. Again, just do these seasonings to taste. You know, if you know that you like something really flavorful and a lot of a specific seasoning, then by all means do it. I also do a little bit of onion powder. If I can get it to come out of the jar. Oh, got to take the seal off first. Megan? Okay. So onion powder, or I wouldn't do onion salt or garlic salt because you're already adding salt to it. And with the canned items, those already usually have some sodium in them. But so I would do garlic powder and onion powder. I do some crushed red pepper flakes, not too heavy. My guys don't love things very spicy. Smoked paprika, regular paprika is great too, but I just really like the smoky flavor. Italian seasoning. My granddad would use fresh herbs, but I'm using dry because that's easier. All right, then chili powder. I add a good amount because I really love that chili powder flavor in my chili. Of course, makes sense, right? So good amount of that. A couple turns around the pot there. And then I also add ground cumin. So get some of that in there. This is really great in chili. I like to add a good amount of that. Ground mustard is also wonderful in chili. Really wonderful in mac and cheese as well. And my granddad actually does do, the recipe did have ground mustard in it. I am all out of ground mustard right now though. So we'll have to skip it. I'm going to add this Montreal steak seasoning to mine. I know it's kind of weird because it's a steak seasoning, but one time I forget what it was. I like accidentally added it in or was using it in place of something else and it worked out pretty good. So I just like to put a little bit of that in there. Gives it a nice flavor. All right, and then I add liquid smoke. I think this really helps give it a nice flavor. I use the mesquite because I'm not adding those beef ribs in the bottom of the pot. That really helps get the bones from the beef ribs, I feel like, really help it have a smoky flavor. I think that this helps whenever you don't have those. So I'm going to add some of this Wright's liquid smoke, mesquite, not too much here. That's probably good. And then I'm going to stir this around, and I'm doing it on the crock pot. I'm going to put my crock pot on high, and it's 1 o'clock right now. So what I like to do is put it on high, check back in about 2 hours to see if it's thickening up nicely. And if it is, I turn it on low until whenever we eat dinner. Really right now, because that ground beef is cooked, all we're trying to do is get those onions cooked and get all the flavors incorporated and warmed up and get the chili to thicken and, you know, be like a chili. If you want to add corn, you could do that. I would drain my corn because we kept the liquid from everything else. I would drain my canned corn if I was adding it. But anyway, so I'm going to put this on high. I'm going to cover it. And in about 2 hours, I'm going to check on it and see what it's looking like. All right, this is dinner on Thursday nights. We've got chili. This should be done in about 20 minutes. It's already cooked through, but I'm gonna put it on warm and let it sit for a bit. It'll kind of get a little thicker while it is sitting. So I'm gonna do that. So we're gonna have chili, and then I have these all natural Alexia brand French fries, and they're like 98% fat free, I wanna say it said. We love their onion rings. We love their French fries. Really good, really tasty. They don't taste like your typical like crap health food. You know what I mean? I don't want to say like crap health food in the sense that all health food is crap. But like, you know how you'll find stuff at the grocery store and it's like, oh, it's health food. And then you're like, oh, it's just crap. It like tastes crappy. It's got all kinds of artificial stuff in it. These are not that way. They're super yummy. I will continue to buy these. I love them. And my kids love them too. They also really like those all natural organic smiley faces. I think the brand starts with an M. I find it at Target a lot, and those ones have all natural ingredients, so that's awesome. Alright guys, it is Friday night and we are having leftovers, and we're just using the leftover chili to make Frito pies tonight for dinner.